So the next step in before trading the Bank Nifty is to check the Bank Nifty open interest. Now you already know how to check, how to interpret open interest data. If you don't, view my old video and I'll link it upstairs. You can have a look at that. Now think about it. What do you know? You're on the charts. Number one, you're looking at the futures line. Number two, you're looking at the cash line. Number three, before you look at the futures line and before you look at the cash line, you understood what the trend is, right? So you know the trend. Number two is you know how to interpret the futures line. You know how to interpret the cash line and the cash charts, and then you have the VWAP and the first 15-minute pivot points to guide you. I have already explained that in another video. You can always go back and check. Now, before you trade, you should check what's happening with the open interest of Bank Nifty. For example, this is the first item. It's got the highest open interest, 27.48% yesterday, right? And the change in OI is enormous, 1,62,863. If you check, when multiply by 20, this is the lot size. You get around 33 lakh shares that were traded. And I don't know about the volumes, but I mean the problem over here with the NSE website is it does not show you the change in the price and the change in the volumes. So for that you have to go back to the exchange site in case you do not have a paid tool. If you have a paid tool, well, that's great. You get everything at a glance. Like many of us do have paid tools. So if your interpretation of Nifty on the NSE side or of the Bank Nifty OI on the NSE side or on a paid tool suggests that it is positive, and if the Bank Nifty crosses over VWAP, right? This is a trade setup I put up for yesterday's trade, and if it crosses over VWAP, it is double confirmation, right? This is the bank futures line. Okay, let me also add the Bank Nifty Bank cash line. This is a cash line. This is a cash line. It starts heading up. It's basically followed the futures, right? And so therefore, if I have all the information with me, I have the pivot points, I have the VWAP signal, I have the trend, I have the open interest data, and if I have the cash charts which are being compared to futures chart, I'm doing a full 360-degree analysis before making the entry, right? ATR out here will guide me to the stop losses, right? This is a 15-minute chart and it says over here 78. That means 78 would be my stop loss if I make an entry over here. 78 points or the VW, or if it falls below VWAP, then these pivots are also there to guide me, right? I'm not using Fibonacci with this, but the main thing is the trend. Once you know the trend, you needn't even wait for the price to cross the VWAP. You can take a chance because you know that even if it comes down, the trend is up and then it's going to move up. So well, this is, you check the OI out here. You don't know how to interpret the OI, check my video. I'm putting up the link again, and from there I'll show you a trade setup the next. So thanks for viewing, and bye.